doing this right. Let me just check and make sure everything is working as intended. uh, okay, does seem to be. Alright, I'm going to be looking at the chat, and here we go. Alright, so I'm going to be doing a beginner-friendly playthrough of Bloodborne. Basically, wanting to share the story as I play. I guess it's sort of a lore-through, but I'm not going to have any spoilers or anything before you find it out. I'm just going to play and share as I experience. Okay. So, this is actually a system I haven't played on before, so I'm going to be starting anew.
Oh, yeah. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Alright, I will be quiet only during the, any cutscenes or anything like that. But other than that, I will be talking the entire time, I hope. Once again, this is my first stream, so I apologize if anything is strange. Let's see. I'm just gonna make a quick character. I already kind of have an idea in mind. Okay. Let me just load one I pre-prepared. Oh, it won't be one on this one. Alright, I'll just make a really quick character. So, what I want to do with this eventually is I want to go through the whole game. I want to explore the lore in an easy to understand manner. Hopefully be able to just explain things so that anyone that's watching can understand. I might actually show this to my mom. So, yeah, I just kind of want to make it as understandable as possible. I don't really plan to spend a lot of time in the character creation, so actually that's good enough. Alright, and we will begin. In the loading screens, we'll be seeing bits of lore. Basically, it's just descriptions of items, and the way this game works, the item descriptions has most of the story, to be honest. So we'll be exploring item descriptions as it continues, but I'm not really going to speak on the things that appear in loading screens, because they're not really in order of lore, or of story, I guess you could say. Oh.
All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
I'm at 1432.
You found yourself a hunter.
Okay, so that was quite a interesting beginning. So as we look around, we see there's no sign of the blood we saw, the strange creatures we just witnessed. So I'm just gonna pretend I don't really know what's going on. So I would assume that this is simply some kind of weird delusion we had while having our blood transfused for whatever reason. I do want to explore a little bit of information on our clothing. Um, it simply states that we're from somewhere that's not this city. This city is Yarnum, and we're not from here. But we can't remember anything besides what we just witnessed. So, our past, anything but our names, we have no idea what it is. So that's an interesting start. Okay, so right here we have a message that says, "Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt." Right now we don't really have a frame of reference for what that means, so we'll just try to keep that in the back of our minds. The Japanese for that message actually mentions that it's written in our own handwriting. We don't... I mean, it's still in the lore, or in the story, so that's the case. Oh, hello, whoever just joined. But, oh, here we go. Yo, what's up? Okay, let's see if we can beat this guy without dying. And sorry if I'm a bit strange on this, by the way. I've never streamed before. Alright, let's see if... I think I'm gonna go for the equivalent of a backstab. Oh, hey, James. Yeah, I wasn't sure who that was. My apologies. Well, I hope you enjoy watching this, by the way. Oh, crap. I'm getting my ass kicked. Let me try... Okay, so, since we've died, I'm going to be quite calm when the scene starts. But this first part will be important to the way this world works. So, right now you can imagine it as our own world back in... Well, you haven't seen the architecture yet, but kind of like the 1600s or something. So we've died, and according to the way the world works, we, should stay dead, but this instead is what happens. By the way, I'll only be quiet during these little sections, and then I'll continue. And nice, by the way, this is actually the only reason I bought a PS4. I really wanted this game, and I was just like, you know what? It's worth a PS4. But I actually really look forward to playing Monster Hunter as well. I plan to buy that as soon as it's out. Okay, so at this point, we awaken in this strange place. If we look around, it looks unreal. Like, there's fog everywhere, there's these weird, giant, tall structures, monolithic, who knows what in the distance. The sky looks quite strange, although it's kind of hard to get a sight of it from here. Okay, so right now we're going to go into this house, if we can. Alright, at this point we see these weird creatures, the things that crawled up on us. And so we actually are going to get to choose our gear here. Also, I'll be speaking as if, like, although I know you probably have seen it, I'll be speaking as if no one's seen this before. This is kind of like a beginner-friendly stream, so I'll just be covering everything. I'll probably actually share this with my mom eventually, so she can watch it as well. Alright, good luck in Monster Hunter, and I do very much look forward to playing that. Alright, so we're going to... Let's see. I'm actually going to make this a Strength Arcane build, which I won't really get into for now, but I think I'm going to start with a Strength weapon for that reason. So we're going to take the Hunter's Axe. And we are going to take the Hunter's Blunderbuss. The difference between the pistol and the Blunderbuss is the pistol allows you... you only get one shot, and it's kind of hard to the equivalent of parrying. Basically, knock back an opponent and make an opening. So it's harder to do with this pistol because it's a one-shot pistol. This one, however, is like a spray of bullets, so it's easier to get that. So we will be taking those, and I'll read the actual lore on that in a minute. We also get a notebook. That's basically, it's for leaving messages to other people. So that's closed. We can't actually enter that. Alright. So we are going to, instead of looking around aimlessly, I actually know these headstones are where we will teleport to different places. So I'll be going to there in a minute. This here is, it's called the Bath. It's where you trade items with messengers. I just want to take a look at some of the lore. Blood vials. So we saw somebody put blood into us, like transfuse blood into us. And basically what this is saying is, actually I'll just read it. Special blood used in ministration restores HP. Once a patient has had their blood administered, a unique but common treatment in Yharnam, successful infusions recall the first and are all the more invigorating for it. No surprise that most Yharnamites are heavy users of blood. Okay, so this is our healing item. This is how we will go through the game and not die constantly. But it is kind of a strange thought that we're going to be taking these vials of blood and just like injecting them into us non-stop in order to stay alive. So that's an interesting and kind of dubious feeling situation, I guess you could say. Alright, Quicksilver bullets. We'll get our first one of those in just a moment. They're special bullets used with hunter firearms. Ordinary bullets have no effect on beasts, and so Quicksilver bullets, fused with the wielder's own blood, must be employed. The strength of Quicksilver bullets depends greatly upon the wielder's blood tinge. The important thing to know there, well, two things really, is the quality, I guess you could say, of our blood determines how powerful our bullets are. And Quicksilver is just mercury, by the way. So these are mercury bullets infused with our own blood that can hurt these beasts, like the thing that just killed us. I'm just going to read the lore on the weapons, and then we will continue. Alright, one of the trick weapons of the workshop, commonly used on the hunt. Retains the qualities of an axe, but offers a wider palette of attacks by transforming. Boasts a heavy blunt attack, leading to high rally potential. No matter their past, beasts are no more than beasts. Some choose this axe to play the part of an executioner. I'm going to equip that, and our gun reads, a blunderbuss created at the workshop for the hunter's line of work. Hunter's firearms are specially crafted to employ Quicksilver bullets, fused with the wielder's own blood, to boost damage against beasts. The impact of this highly effective weapon counters beasts' swift movements, and its widespread is nigh on guaranteed to hit the mark. So, what we can take from that is that there's this, it seems to be this organization that is hunting these beasts, and these strange beasts are immune to normal bullets, and so we have to use weaponry, and then, like, it doesn't really say anything about the weaponry being special, but the bullets have to be mixed with blood. That's a bit strange, but that is what we know so far. And I think one of them mentioned the hunt. Let me see if that was correct. I don't want to say anything beyond. Okay, so the hunt is, we don't really know yet, but basically we know there's this hunt that's scheduled that, you know, people go out and get rid of the beasts. And we have to assume this is perhaps the workshop, because we just got our weapons from here, and it says both the weapons are made in the workshop. Oh, and I kind of just completely glossed over this. There's also this doll here, and yeah, that's normal. So, let's go ahead and go back to the city. Oh, as I was saying earlier, I won't really touch on any of the lore in the loading screens because it's not in order. It's not like, we haven't found the items yet. We shouldn't actually know this information, so I'm just going to not say anything about it. Also, I do hope nothing in the background is being picked up because I have loud family members. Okay. So, we are going to explore this strange place we found ourselves in. First off, I'm going to go back here towards the room where I awakened. Now, we do notice that the door is closed, and upon further inspection, there's somebody standing there. So we're going to speak to them and try to see what's going on.
Are you out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do.
Okay, so we just got a special blood
Now,
vial.
go. And good hunting. Are you still in need of something? But I have nothing more to offer. Please, try to understand my position. I can only pray for a fruitful hunt.
Okay, so once again, we are hearing about this hunt. And we are now a hunter. Now, that was actually the contract you saw me fill out at the beginning. Basically creating our character. We don't remember what this is about. We don't know why we're hunting whatever we're hunting. We just know that we are now a hunter. And yeah, that's literally all we know. So as we go back through here, I didn't mention it to begin with. I was a little bit too flustered. My apologies. But the thing that beast is eating is probably the guy who did the blood ministration for us. So we're gonna get our revenge on this beast. And so, also this is the transformer they were talking about. There's a longer version of the weapon you can use, or you can have it in a shorter version. Since this is a tight area, I'm just gonna use the shorter version for now. Also, I think one of the things we got mentioned rallying. Rallying is getting our health back by attacking as soon as we're attacked. So if you saw there, when I got hit, my HP didn't just immediately drop. There was this section of orange before it went away. Now, what that is basically, while we are still injured, you can imagine our wounds are still open, we can attack the beast and cover ourselves in their blood. That blood heals us, just the same as a blood ministration. After a little bit, the wounds close, and you can no longer heal that way. That's at least how I'm assuming that it works. But also, that was me shoving a thing into my leg to heal. That was a blood vial. Also, when it mentioned mixing blood with bullets, this is how you do that. So basically, I just stabbed my leg and pulled some blood out, and now I have 5 extra bullets, you can see on the top left of our screen. And I'm going to use another blood vial because of that. Okay. So let's get started. Right now, we still don't have any answers. We just see these armed villagers. Now, I'm not actually sure if he tried to attack me yet, but he was going to, so my apologies. But these guys are hostile, and let me see if I can actually get a good look at his face. Yeah, if you can see, there's actually a lot of hair there. This is likely one of the beasts, not as huge and ferocious as the one I saw earlier, but similar. So these are some of the beasts, and we will have to take care of them to progress. Also, you may notice at the top right, we're getting a number that's increasing as we kill things. This is called blood echoes. It's basically your money. People trade in blood echoes, but it's also what you use to level up. So it's kind of, it's an interesting way to do that. Like, it's kind of a mixture of a currency and a how do you say, level up mechanic. Okay, let me actually, I never read the blood vial, so let's read that. Blood vial acquired from Iosefka's clinic, so we can assume that she was a nurse of some sort, maybe a doctor. This refined blood, highly invigorating, restores a larger amount of HP. The product of a slow and careful refinement process, this rare blood vial appears to be a clinic original. Okay, so apparently, as we've mentioned earlier, the blood seems to have, I don't know how to phrase it, almost like stages or tiers of quality. This one was probably distilled to get whatever we use out of that blood into a concentrated amount. So that's how the Yosefka's blood vial was made. Probably with the blood of Yosefka, actually. And I'm going to put Molotov cocktail, excuse me. I'm going to read it. Explodes in a raging flame when thrown against an object. One of the oldest hunter tools available in the workshop. Since the tragedy that struck old Yarnum, fire has become a staple in beast hunts, and it is thought to cleanse impurity. Certain types of beasts have an abnormal fear of flame. From that, first off, we learned there is multiple types of beast. So that's probably why these guys look completely different from the big dude back there. So, have heard that old Yarnum was burned to the ground. Now this place, which is also called Yarnum, seems very intact, so we have to assume that this is not old Yarnum. Love that part. What that is will come up later. Alright, so other than that, we've learned that there's almost seems to be some kind of symbolism in the hunt, like with cleansing impurity with fire. Other items will say that as well, but I don't currently have any that say this. But as we continue, we'll see there's a bit of, how can I say, a bit of ceremony and maybe even, well, I'll just say it that way. A bit of ceremony in hunting. Now, we can hear there's somebody coughing in there, so we are going to talk to them.
Oh, you must be a hunter. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider.
Whoops.
You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good.
So what we actually missed there, my apologies, was simply that we seem to be an outsider. Don't know how you can tell, but yes. Especially if he's like, I don't know, in the floor since he said he couldn't stand. I'm not really sure.
Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood, or so they say. Yarnumites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance.
So that was a lot of information. Let me see if he says anything else, and then I'll give my commentary on that.
Across the valley to the east of you, deep within, lies the old, I haven't heard of pale blood, but that's your best bet if it's anything to do with unique types of blood. Across the deep...
Okay, that's it. So what we've heard is that... I don't really know where to start. There's a lot of information there. There's a place called the Cathedral Ward that houses the old Grand Cathedral. And they seem to be... either they created or they started blood ministration somehow. And maybe they... well, I won't say anything else about that. But we need to get there if we want to find out more about this pale blood we're seeking. So for right now, we are just going to proceed and try to find this Cathedral Ward and get into that cathedral. Because right now, the person who taught us, well, anything about what's going on is dead. So we have no idea where to go or what to do. We don't even know how to leave if we wanted to just leave the place. So we're just having to go through with our contract. Okay. I'm gonna see if we can avoid getting hit. I've never actually used this weapon before. I've never made a strength build. I've always do skill-based builds. So this is going to be interesting. Funnily enough, the people with shields don't seem to be a problem at all. And I'm gonna check. Oh, lever. So it seems like we now have a shortcut to the ladder we just went up. Well, if we die, we can get back here quickly at least. There are these... I can hear something. Okay, there we go. There's something back there. It looks huge. I'm going to attempt to do some, it's not parrying. I'm not sure what it's called. Visceral attacks, where we interrupt the enemy's attack. Please? Okay, there we go. Ah, I missed it. I missed my chance. Let me heal. Oh! Come on now. And that is a visceral attack. Does a lot of damage, and it heals you if you lost any health, like during the immediate. Ooh, that didn't work. Oh, okay. I died. My bad. Alright, so let's try that again. I really do want to do this guy. Luckily we've opened that shortcut, so we can just go straight down the ladder. I'm actually going to plug up the controller because it just mentioned that the controller was low. Sorry. Alright, let's try that again. So... another thing, if you notice, when we two-hand our weapon, we actually can't use our gun, so we're going to have to keep it in its shortened state while we fight this guy, which is less than ideal. It would be great if we had some range, but that's alright. Also, if you notice, my attacking and covering myself in my enemy's blood before the orange went away let me pretty much completely heal. So that will be a very important mechanic as we continue. This right here is... okay, when you die, you leave a puddle of your blood echo, all the blood that you've collected. So there'll be kind of a danger or a feeling of dread when we do dangerous things in the game, because we can actually lose a lot of progress by dying early. Oh no! Oh, I second-guessed myself. Alright, let me actually use that really good blood vial. Whoa! Okay, calm down, son. Come on. Let's see if we can get a visceral attack again. I do hope that the message for needing to charge the controller doesn't show up for anyone else. We have a faulty controller, so it shows up a lot. Alright. Oh no, I did it again. Let me use one of these Molotovs. Oh, that did nothing. Okay. Good to know. Alright, we got a visceral. Did it kill him? Yes! Nice. What did he drop? 4 blood vials. I think I used 3 in that confrontation, so that's a net gain of 1. Alright, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna have to kill all these guys again. Let me elongate my weapon so I can get a little bit more range. Ooh. Ow. Oh, no. I saw that. I saw that before I died. Let us try that again. And I won't be fighting the big guy again. That'd be a waste of bullets and time. So let's see if we can do this without dying multiple times. Once again, this is my first stream. I apologize if anything is strange. Alright. Oh, I should probably... Well, that's fine. I just noticed I'm still arriving at that... Oh wait, since I used the Yosefka's blood vial, let me see if that lady will give me another. Since she mentioned it being her patients, we can assume that this is Yosefka. Or Iosefka, I believe it said Yosefka though. Okay.
You're safe. Thank goodness. But I'm afraid nothing will change. I cannot open the door. I'll do what I can, of course. Perhaps this will help you, if only in some small way.
Nice.
Now go.
Oh, whoops.
I pray for your safety.
Apparently my character wanted to sit down, whether I did or not. Let's see if she says anything else, and then we'll continue.
Are you still in need? But I haven't...
Nope.
Please.
Nothing new. Okay. Let me actually equip that again. That'll be very useful, that blood vial. Oh, as I was saying earlier, we're actually coming back from here and not up ahead. Come to think of it, I don't believe I actually used... Okay, I'm going to go back the way we went originally, because I don't think I used the lamp there. Lamps are more or less like checkpoints and teleporters in this game. It's strange to think of them that way, especially since it's best to imagine this as our world until disproven. So, it takes us to that weird dream place. And it also serves as our checkpoints. I didn't light it. Okay, that's why. So now if I die, I will come back to this lamp. Or whichever one I touched last. Alright, let's continue where we left off. And see if we can work our way through that mob. Because there seems to be a roving band of beasts between us and the only way that seems forward. Alright, I'm noticing that strength weapons take a lot more stamina than skill weapons do, which makes sense. Skill weapons are small but intricate weapons, and strength are like swords or like large metal objects. So it will take a lot more finesse to handle, I guess you could say finesse, to handle strength weapons. Not, well, more stamina, I'll just say it that way, to handle strength weapons than it would for a skill-based lighter weapon. I think the developers of this game did this on purpose, just to putting enemies with shields that are nigh useless to let us know we have to be aggressive in this game, which is very different from the previous games.
Lads, you've come on. You'd open the door on a night of a hunt. Away with you. Now.
Well, that guy was polite. Alright, let us... Actually, I think this is a place we haven't been. Let us check this out. Ooh, there's another... If you've noticed, these little lights on the ground, or hanging, signify that there's a person in this house. Let's say, okay, so this is incense. I will go ahead and say that this incense wards off the beast. There's something about it that they don't like. So we are going to go ahead and talk to these people.
Are you that outsider? Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along, will ya?
Well, it seems like Gilbert was right. This place really likes its outsiders, doesn't it? Oh crap, I just realized that, yeah. Okay, let's try that again. So, if you notice, the guy back there has glowing eyes. He picked up our blood, so since he killed us last time, he's a lot stronger than usual. So, I'll say FromSoft, just the developers. FromSoft forces you to face whatever kills you in order to get back that blood you were working to save up. So I really like that. That's a very nice mechanic, especially in a game that has horror aesthetics. forcing you to fight what killed you or what bested you. Alright, for now we are going to go this way. Ooh, okay. Get him. And in the future, being careful of picking up items will be important. The beasts aren't exactly not exactly brainless, so they will set up traps like this where you're just out of sight, and they will run in to attack you when you pick up an item. Alright, so let's see if we can avoid that happening again. If you notice there, he was already, like, even after he died, I was able to hit his body and basically drain him of more blood to get a bit more health back. So let's try to take these on more or less one at a time. There'll be a point where 2 or 3 might notice this, so we'll have to deal with them in pairs. But it's better than the entire mob over there. Ooh, chasing us. Ow. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Man, I'm not used to... Oh, I didn't know I didn't need a heal. I keep having that battery message come up. Ooh, nice. I'm not used to using a heavy weapon, so it really drains your stamina more than a light weapon would. Alright, let's try this again. So that guy has a gun. We don't want to get shot, but we probably should lure at least one of these guys. Come on. I'm hoping to lure the shield guy too. There we go. Oh, that's not the shield guy. Oh, that's actually a dangerous little team. Someone with long range standing behind someone with a shorter reach. Ooh, I didn't even notice that item when we walked by. Let's see what that is. Quicksilver bullets. And more blood. Good for me. Alright. So, there's a second gunner. And then there's this guy with the shield. Okay. Oh no, there's 2 that noticed. Let's see if we can... I just want to get out of the range of these gunners, which they have some crazy range. So, I mean, it makes sense. It's literally a gun. But, let's see if we can... Ooh, ow. Alright, I'm gonna shorten it so we can get more attacks off quickly. See if we can get our blood back. And we did. Alright. So let's take care of those gunners. Still can't reach that one, but we got one. Oh, and there is a beast-looking dog. So let's see if we can get rid of him. The dog enemies in the Souls games and Bloodborne are very erratic. They're hard to hit when they are speeding around. So let's hope there's not any more of those we have to deal with anytime soon. Oh no. My controller decided to die. Oh, this is brilliant. I think I will cut off the first screen here, so I can actually let my controller charge. It doesn't charge well for some reason. So I appreciate anyone that checks out this stream in the future, and I appreciate you, James, for popping by and saying hello. I do hope to continue this regularly. This is once again my first stream, so I apologize if this is subpar right now. But I do hope that it will become something quite fun to watch. Have a pleasant day, everyone, and fare thee well.